Hello everyone, and welcome to English with Asa. In today's lesson, you're going to improve your English by listening to a story. This story is perfect for B1 English learners and focuses on comparative and superlative adjectives and adverbs. As you watch, try to understand the story without translating every word. Pay attention to sentences like bigger than, more beautiful, the fastest, and the most interesting. These grammar patterns will appear naturally throughout the story. Don't worry if you don't understand everything the first time. That's completely normal. Just keep listening and let your brain learn English naturally. If you enjoy learning English through stories like this one, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling me how much of the story you understood. Now, let's begin. The Mountain Challenge. Emma and Daniel had always dreamed of climbing Eagle Mountain. Everyone in their town said it was the most beautiful place in the region, but it was also one of the most difficult mountains to climb. On a cool Saturday morning, they packed their bags. Daniel's backpack was heavier than Emma's because he always carried more food and extra clothes. "I think your bag is much heavier than mine," Emma laughed. "Maybe," Daniel smiled, "but I'll be more comfortable if the weather changes." They started walking early. At first, the path was easier than they expected. Birds sang loudly, and the air felt fresher than the air in the city. After about an hour, they met another hiker named Leo. "You're walking faster than us," Daniel said. Leo smiled. "I've climbed this mountain many times, so I know the best route." The three hikers continued together. Leo walked the fastest, but he also stopped the most often to wait for his new friends. Soon, they arrived at two different paths. "The path on the left is shorter," Leo explained, "but it's much steeper. The path on the right is longer, but it's safer." Emma looked carefully at the map. "I think the safer path is better than the shorter one." Daniel nodded. "I'd rather arrive later than take unnecessary risks." So they chose the longer path. As they climbed higher, the weather became colder. The wind blew more strongly, and the trees became smaller. "This part is harder than the first part," Emma said. "Yes," Leo replied, "but we're getting closer to the top." After another hour, they reached an old wooden bridge. Daniel crossed first. He walked more carefully than usual because the bridge moved in the wind. Emma looked nervous. "I'm not as confident as you are," she admitted. "You can do it," Leo said with a smile. Emma took a deep breath. She walked slowly, but she crossed safely. On the other side, they stopped to eat lunch. Daniel took a bite of his sandwich. "This is the best sandwich I've ever eaten on a hike." Emma laughed. "I think that's because you're the hungriest person here." Everyone smiled. After lunch, they continued climbing. The final part of the mountain was the most challenging section of the journey. Every step became more difficult than the last one. The path became narrower. The air became colder. The wind became stronger. Nobody spoke very much because climbing required more energy. Finally, after several hours, they reached the summit. The view was breathtaking. Mountains stretched across the horizon in every direction. A beautiful lake reflected the sunlight below. Emma smiled. "This is the most amazing place I have ever seen." Daniel looked around quietly. "I've visited many beautiful places, but this is definitely the best." Leo laughed. "I told you it would be worth the climb." The three friends spent nearly an hour enjoying the view, taking photos, and relaxing. Eventually, it was time to go home. Walking down the mountain was easier than climbing up, but they still walked carefully. By the time they reached the village, the sun was beginning to set. Leo turned to his friends. "So, would you climb Eagle Mountain again?" Emma smiled. "Absolutely, but next time I'll bring a lighter backpack." Daniel laughed. "And I'll train harder so I can walk faster." Leo nodded. Every adventure teaches us something new. The second adventure is often even better than the first. As they walked home together, Emma realized something. The mountain wasn't only the highest place she had ever climbed. It was also the place where she had learned the most about courage, friendship, and believing in herself. The end. Great job. How much of the story did you understand? Write your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to improve your English even faster, watch another story on this channel and listen again without stopping the video. Every time you listen, you'll understand more. Thank you so much for watching.